Happy Friday! Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I love that saying. Just rolls right off your tongue in Arabic. Let's see if I have. Okay. Buenos dias. So this is my 7th webinar in a row. And let me make sure everything's working. So yeah, so 7th Friday in a row. Even though I think maybe the replays are more helpful than the live itself probably, but I hope that someone is getting some good information that they can use to make their dream of studying to the US come true. So if you are new, hello, thanks for joining. Happy Friday, how are you today? You good? So let's see. So today is December 18th, and I wanted to mention that next Friday is December 25th. Yay, good. So December 25th is a big holiday in the United States called Christmas. I'll write that in here too. Christmas next Friday. So I will not be doing a Friday live webinar next Friday. And then the next Friday after that is January 1st, which is New Year's in the United States. And put this one here too. And that's January 1st, so not next Friday, but the next Friday. So I will not be live on January 1st either, but I will come back the next Friday in January. Okay, so yeah, because I'm going home to visit my family in Missouri in the Midwest of the country, which is like right in the middle of the United States. Next Friday I will not have a live webinar because it's Christmas in the United States. This is a holiday, a big holiday in the United States, and so I will be with my family in Missouri. Okay. Okay, so let's have some fun today. I know that we're going to go ahead and jump into the topic, and if you have Mohammed, if you have any questions or anything, put those in the chat. Today we're going to talk about how will I make friends in the United States. So I have been working with international students since 2013 with sponsored students, exchange students, English students from all over the world, all different countries. And a common question or concern or worry that I have seen from many students is, how will I make friends when I arrive in the US? And this is a really important thing for most people because you want to have a good experience while you're here. Thank you. Yeah, me too. So this is also easy for me to understand because I studied abroad in Spain, and it can be very scary or intimidating to go to another country all by yourself where they speak another language and try to make friends. So when I went to Spain to study Spanish, I was 21 years old, which is pretty young to go to another country by yourself, but we have a lot of students that come to the United States that are 19 or 18 or 20. They just graduated from high school. So they're coming here maybe by themselves, and they may be wondering if people are going to be friendly and accepting of them when they arrive, or if they come to the United States, will they be able to keep up with the conversations in English with locals? So I know exactly how that feels. I have been there, and I have seen many international students here in the United States feeling the same thing. So I have tried to make students feel welcome, but I want to give you some tips today from my own experience and from international students I know about what they did to make friends when they arrived to the US. Okay, so, and also, if you have any questions, friends, let me know. Okay, so the first thing that I will talk about, yep. So I was 21 when I studied Spanish in Spain. So how old are you right now? Yeah, just can answer in the comments. So to start off with some things that you'll consider when you're thinking about how you can best make friends in the United States. The first thing is housing. So where you decide to live when you study in the US can make a big difference on how well you can make friends here. So you have several options. Good, I'm glad. You have several options for different places that you can live if you're a student studying in the United States. And they normally include an apartment or house off campus, meaning away from campus. Oh, great, okay. So or the dorms, which means the dormitory or the housing that the university or college has on campus with only with other students. This is called the dorms or dormitory. Dorms or dormitory. And an American host family. So these are usually your options for places to live. So I'm talking about this because the decision that you make about where to live can affect making friends here. So I do not recommend an apartment or a house, renting an apartment or house, living in an apartment or house off campus if you are a first year student or you're only coming here to study for a short amount of time. So this is usually the most isolating option. The reason is because you may be further away from campus and all the activities and the events and life going on campus, which are other opportunities for you to make friends. Yep, so the dorms are the housing on campus with other students. So if you decide to live in an apartment or a house, maybe with some friends or by yourself off campus, then you will be further away from all the activity going on, like sports events or clubs or different activities they always have on campus for students, which are really good opportunities to attend and to make new friends. So you may even be living near people who are not in college, like families or older people, which is okay, but you probably want to make friends with other students, other college students or other international students. So basically what I'm trying to say is that you're not as close to all the action, everything going on campus. I did live in an apartment in college, but that was when I was a senior and in my master's program. So by that time, I had already made a lot of friends in college, and it was okay. But if you're a first year student, like a freshman is a first year student in college, or even a sophomore, a second year student in college, I don't recommend living in an apartment or a house if you want to make friends. So the dorms and an American host family are the best option if you want to make friends, in my opinion. I lived in the dorms my freshman and sophomore year of college. So again, the first and second year of college. And it was a really good way to make friends because everyone is in the same situation as you. They're new to college, trying to make new friends. And you have a random roommate or several roommates, and you'll usually share a room with one person, or many people share a bathroom and a living room. And so it just forces you to make friends with the people that you are living with and the other college students in the building. So I actually talked to my friend Khalid from Saudi Arabia and asked him what was the best way that he made friends when he arrived to the United States. And he told me by far the best way that he made friends was living in the dorms or the dormitory, living on campus at the college or university. And he came from Saudi Arabia when he was only 19. He just graduated from high school, and he was really scared that he was going to be alone or not be able to make friends, that people wouldn't be welcoming with him. But he said when he was living in the dorms, he made friends really quickly because everyone was together all the time and very friendly with him. So what about if I live, when I said, with an American family? Yep, so that's the one I'm going to talk about next, is living with an American host family or homestay. And this is a really good option, not just to make friends with an American family or other students, but also to improve your English. The reason for this, you will improve your English if you live in a dorm also, but living with an American host family, you have to communicate with them every day to talk about your daily needs, like food or laundry or just interacting with them all the time. It forces you to practice your English. So it's really good option to live with an American host family if you're trying to learn English. But also because many American host families have more than one international student, so living at their house. So you can make friends possibly with other international students that live in the same house as you. So the only thing about living with an American family is that you may also be living farther away from campus and all the activities going on that I was talking about. So it is a really good option, but if your main goal is to make friends when you arrive, like quickly in the United States, my top suggestion is the dorms or the dormitory, to be around other college students and to go to events on campus and stuff. So do you have any other questions about that? Where to live to make friends? Can just type those in. So talking about activities on campus, and my hair is going crazy. Activities on campus are another really great way to make friends. And this applies for American students or international students, it doesn't matter. The activities that I have talked about a little bit are things like concerts or things outside on campus, like activities for freshmen or new students, sports events, like if your school has a football team or a basketball team, you can go and watch their games. So these types of activities are going on all the time on campus. So if you attend, then you have a better opportunity of meeting other students. But besides regular activities like that, you can also join clubs or sports groups that you are interested in. So maybe, Mohammed, what is something that you like to do outside of school? Like a sport? Well, you like soccer, I know that. So if you like soccer, for example, and you're coming to the United States to study, you can find intramural sports teams. I'll put that word in the chat too. Intramural sports teams. These are like not the school's official soccer team or volleyball or basketball or whatever it is. It's like a fun group for students who just want to play like once a week together, play games. So you can join a intramural soccer team, for example, and almost every college or university has some clubs like this. Yeah, American football is different than soccer. So when I say football, I mean this type of football with the brown ball, not kicking a ball on the ground like soccer. So American football, yeah. But if you are interested in soccer, then you can join a soccer team with other college students and make friends that way. Another really good option for making friends with not just American students, but international students is joining your school's International Student Association. It might be called something like that. International Student Association. It's like a club that your school has for international students to share their culture, their language, whatever, with the local community. And at my school, for example, it was called the International Student Association, and the club was run by international students, and they just helped like international students feel involved and part of the school, and they did a lot of activities together, like outdoor activities and stuff like that. And so I was in that club, even though I wasn't an international student technically, but sometimes Americans join the clubs like that too. And so that's a fantastic way to make friends if you go to a college or university here, is to find that club on campus, if your school has one, that's for international students to help them adjust to life here. And sometimes they even have smaller groups like the Saudi Student Association, for example, students from Saudi Arabia only, or the Vietnamese Student Association, so just students from Vietnam kind of helping each other out. So those are, but again, you don't want to just be hanging out with people from your own country. So I recommend finding clubs and organizations like that that have both international and American students, so that you can really get like a true American experience here, not just like being back in your home country. So getting involved on campus, joining a club, a sports team, or going to activities and events that your school has. But then also you can get involved off campus as well by volunteering. So let's see. You know what the word volunteer means? Volunteering is, oh, and I also want to mention, so when I was in Spain, I joined a Frisbee team. It's a sport where you throw a disc like this, and that helped me meet people from my university and also like an international student organization in Spain too. But then I also volunteered, so not just getting involved on campus at my university, but doing things outside of my university. So I volunteered teaching English to children or to kids in Spain, and I would go to their house and tutor them or teach them English. So volunteering is when volunteering is off giving your time. See how I can explain this. Giving your time for no money, basically, to help other people. So, like, for example, teaching English but not being paid. So, or going to somewhere and cleaning like the side of the road, or what's another example? Going to somewhere where like maybe older people live and spending time with them or reading books with them, something like that. So you are helping other people and not getting paid in return. So it's not like a job. So you can volunteer, find ways to volunteer either on campus or off campus in the city that you live in the United States. And you can also make friends this way. So this would be making friends more with people of all different ages. Yeah, exactly. Things outside your job. So it's not a job, and you are helping other people usually. So my example is that I gave English lessons, or I tutored children in Spain in English. I volunteered. And then I also volunteered at a special needs like Olympics, so a sports event for people with special needs in Spain. So that was another way that I could just do some things in the community that I lived in Spain, help other people, and like get involved, practice my Spanish. That was a big part of it too. So this is another suggestion that I have for if you want to make friends, because sometimes groups of students will volunteer together. So if you are part of a group of students that go and help people volunteer somewhere, then you can make friends with people in that group too. So, like, what do you, is that a, like, okay, so those are basically my main suggestions for making friends in the US. And it's just getting involved. Like, one of the main parts of making friends is allowing yourself to step outside of your comfort zone a little bit, meaning what maybe it's intimidating or scary or difficult for you to talk to someone first, especially in English if it's another language for you, or to attend events and activities by yourself. But this is really the best way to start making friends. And sooner or later, after a few months of being in the United States studying, you will make some friends here because most people are very friendly and welcoming. So my suggestions are to live in the dorms or the dormitory first, where you'll be living with other students, American students and international students, or live with an American host family. To get involved on campus at your college or university. So join a sports team, a club or organization for international students, or one that other American students are in. Go to activities on campus like sports games, concerts, things like that they have all the time. And get involved off campus. So volunteer with other college students to help people in your city or where you live. So if you have any other questions, go ahead and type those in right now, and I can answer any questions you have about this. I will give the links for my course and advising again for anyone who is interested, because I go into more detail and depth on these topics in my online course. And it is still on sale right now for $210 instead of $279. So if you are interested, check that out sooner rather than later. Oops. Online course. Also, Mohammed, do you have any other questions? Can help you with? type those in, and then let's see, the last thing, one-on-one consulting. Really, the first one? You didn't study English in your home country? Did you study English in high school? A lot of students do study some English in their home country, whether in like middle school or high school before they come to the US, but when they arrive, it's pretty different when you have to communicate on a daily basis and to basically survive. So okay. So yeah, I'll add this last link, and thank you for joining today. And you can see more information in the description of the video. And I will see you in 3 Fridays from today. So next Friday is Christmas. The Friday after that is New Year's. And then the next Friday, I will be back with the live webinars. So, okay. Wow, that's very impressive. So you've only learned through your phone. Good job. Your English is really good so far. Okay, so have a good day. Happy Friday, and I will see you in 3 weeks.